Friends, hello and welcome on techguruspeaks.com. Today I would like to describe Java static keyword. This is one of the important keywords of Java programming. The static keyword is a special keyword in Java and it can be used as a non-access modifier because it is not related to access modification like public, private or protected. This keyword can be applied to Java fields, methods, blocks and nested classes. The rules for static keyword are as follows. The rule number 1 states that Java fields and methods declared as static are the direct members of its class. Like they can be accessed directly by mentioning the class name only. Static block contains the code that is always executed whenever a class is loaded into the JVM. Say for example, if you are going to create an object in a Java program, first the class will be loaded into the JVM, and whenever the class is loaded into the JVM, the static block gets executed. It is basically executed before the instance initializer block and the constructor. Like the sequence is like static block followed by instance initializer block and finally the constructor. Static block can access the static members of the class only. That is an important feature of the static block. Rule number 3 states that static nested classes are accessed using the enclosing class name only. I mean to say the outer level class. They don't have access to non-static members of the enclosing class. So these are the rules to be applied for the static keyword. Now I'll be moving to the code demonstration that will be done by using the NetBeans IDE, one of the most popular IDEs of Java programming. Let's move to the NetBeans IDE for program demonstration. So here comes the NetBeans IDE. So I have written a program named teststatic.java. So it is the main class teststatic.java. So it is a public class. So now I have got another class in this program like class test. It is having an instance field named X. It is of type int. Another field is also there, that is a static field. It is named Y and it is basically of int type. So static int Y. So that means it's a class field. Now I have got a static method like static int square. So a particular parameter is being passed. So basically it is calculating the square of this number being passed. Now here comes a static block. It is having a SOP statement and it is going to access the variable Y by using the class name. Okay, so it is a static block. So then comes the static nested class. So it is basically under the top level class named test. So it is basically calling the static method, because from the context of the static nested class we can access its static members like this particular static method, and it can have its own method, say for example void print, which will basically print the result. So that is the structure of the class name test. Now from the main class that is called test static, I will have the main method. Now within the context of the main method, I have created 3 objects of the test class. So now I'll be having a different copy for each of the objects created for this class named test. Like if I am having 3 different objects like pointed by T1, T2 and T3, that means T1, T2 and T3 are basically object references. So if I am writing here T1.x, so it is a separate copy from that of T2.x. The same thing can be applied to T3.x. So T3.x is basically denoting another copy So here we can assign different values for each of the copy of the object references. So t1.x equal to 10, t2.x equal to 20, and t3.x equal to 30. Now we are basically trying to print the value of y, so which can be accessed directly because it's a static field, that means class field. Now I have tried to create an object of the static nested class. So that is the way to create an object of the static nested class. Remember that it cannot exist alone. Without the existence of the outer level class, it is nothing. So after creating the object, I have tried to access its method named print. So in that way it can be accessed and it will be printing everything inside this method named void print. So that is the logic of the program that I have explained. So now I will be trying to run the program. Right click, run file. So it will be showing you the output accordingly. Like first it will be showing static block executes, because in order to create an object I have told it while demonstrating different kinds of blocks in Java, and in today's tutorial also, that the class should be loaded into the JVM first before creating an object, and whenever it is loaded into the JVM the static block gets executed. So that is why it will be printing this line and making this operation. So that is why this particular block, that means the static block, gets executed and this line will be get printed, followed by this particular line in the main method. So it is just printing the value of y. That means the class will be having a single copy of this variable, but if it is a static field, but each of the object reference, because they are pointing towards different objects, will be having a different copy of the instance field x. So that I have demonstrated here, and by using this object, that is the object of its nested class, I mean to say test is the outer level class and nested static is the static nested class. So by creating this object I have tried to access this method print, and it will be just printing the result of this operation. The square of 9, that is a basically static method, so it is basically 81. So 9 into 9, 81. So that is the thing, and that is the output that is quite expected from the program that I explained just now. So I hope that you have understood the use of static keyword in terms of Java fields, methods, blocks and nested classes. So with this I conclude today. Have a nice day. Thank you very much, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like this video, and please visit my website.